It's Week 17 of the NFL. And here comes Kenneth Murray. He's been a core contributor all season, approaching 90 tackles for the year. It's the Texans and the Ravens, and it comes your way next.
It's the National Football League, presented by EA Sports. Hi again, everyone, with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Texan ball club entering play here. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Ravens, they were losers their last time out. They're going to try to get back in the win column, but obviously they're going to have to do that in a hostile environment.
And sometimes it actually works to your...
And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback.
His game last week reminded me of the old song, Accentuate the Positive. That's about all he did, right?
Yeah.
3 touchdown passes, over 300 yards in the air. Receivers happy.
And they got the win.
Got the win. If you're a running back that likes to catch passes, they're happy as well. Big-time game.
Young wasting no time, right to the air. And his first pass is incomplete. His favorite target, Travis Kelce, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down. You look at this Baltimore defense. They're going to need to be strong against the run in this one.
I jotted down in my notes in prepping for this game that this is definitely an area we got to keep an eye on, because you're talking about where they rank and stopping the run. But how about what they're facing? This unit loves to run the football, and they rank highly in the league in getting it done.
Yeah, power against power. Something's got to give. Young now. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Well, on third down, he wanted to go to one of his most dependable targets, and that's who he found, his tight end there, to pick up the first, Charles.
And you use the proper word there, dependable, and sometimes spectacular, because tight ends nowadays, they can do it all. But they're the guys you trust, especially across the middle of the field where there's traffic. He delivers, and they pick up nice yardage.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. Now here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give to Taylor. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 19 carries, 96 yards.
After the last game, they have plenty of reason to be confident in their running game. And even though they're facing a top 10 defense, they're not going to shy away from doing what they do best. Make them adjust to them. Make them stop what they do before they go to any type of a changeup.
Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. A give for Taylor running right side. The 20. Touchdown, Houston. Jonathan Taylor, his 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Texans will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. With these Thursday night games, sometimes you get those quick turnarounds. You wonder how a team is going to start. They started really well.
Everyone's always wondering, going into a Thursday night game, who has their legs, who has the overall health of a team. But mentally, if you get that early edge, the other team might think to itself, it's been a short week, we're not really ready to go. You might run them into the ground that way. That's why getting that early score means a lot.
Seven 0 is our score, ready for the dynamic kickoff as this one's away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. So here come the Ravens with their first look on offense. They'll be led out by a longtime starter in the NFL, a former #1 overall pick way back in 2009. It's Matthew Stafford.
And Matthew Stafford was taken first overall in the 2009 draft, and he certainly played like a top pick. Throughout his career, he's been one of the most prolific passers in the league, and there's no reason to believe he's going to slow down his production anytime soon. Not only that, he's also one of the tougher quarterbacks in the league as well.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. On the run, it's Dowdle. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. Now it's Stafford. And a completion to Wilson. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's 3rd down. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
A bit of a jump there, CD. He breaks the line, and that'll be 5 yards.
And you've got to stay more disciplined than that, Brandon. That's just a free gift to the offense.
Back to throw, Stafford. He'll get this to his running back, Dowdle. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got him the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. They run here with Dowdle. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. The numbers for him from a week ago. 14 carries, 62 yards.
Not a horrendous week last week running the ball, but definitely room for improvement for their numbers. No doubt they made some slight adjustments to how they're going to call plays this week in hopes they can kick those numbers up a notch.
Here's the veteran. That's Jeff Wilson. They give those 2 yards right back, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 10. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
He's going to pick up the 1st down and then some. And all the way down to the 33-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. And it'll move the chains.
3rd and long always tilts to the defense. And I just remember as a player how many times it was hammered into my head. Know where the sticks are and get him down in front of it. But sometimes what happens is you worry about where that is much more than the person who has the ball. And on that play, they didn't have enough focus on him. And somehow he turned a short pass into a 1st down.
A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. In motion goes the tight end. A running play, it's Dowdle. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Marked that down for a win in the defense's column.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. They need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. A gain of 9, not enough, and it's 4th down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the 1st down.
So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
The Texans offense, led by their running back, headed out for the second possession. And he continues to be a nuisance for opposing defenses that are tasked with trying to slow him down. He's currently second in the NFL in rushing. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. It's Young off play action. Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. The end result, 21 yards. The play fake. Now Young. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Another big play here as they strike for 31.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They'll run the toss here with Taylor. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the Ravens' 25-yard line.
Now Young. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Backed up here. Tough spot. Needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Now Young. It fights him off. But now he's swallowed up and taken down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. They said there was a lot of discussion in their defensive team meeting room after last week's performance. They had 7 sacks. Something in the water. There's one in the first quarter.
A lot of discussion, a lot of excitement because now everyone wants to get involved with this. Who's going to continue that process? Who's going to get to the quarterback this week? But they have to be careful. When you have that much pressure, they want to use it against you. Draws, screens, those types of plays.
See if they do that. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. Baltimore set to take over here for their second possession of the game. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend. But you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
Now a give, running left is Wilson. And he'll get about 2 there to the 36. The completion on first didn't get much, and now the run on second doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down in his play sheet, trying to dial up a big 3rd down play.
Little pitch and catch to the tight end, Knox. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations. But a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Throwing is Stafford. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. 2nd and 15. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Stafford now to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
A shotgun snap for Stafford. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a second and long.
I believe I could see what they were trying to do there, but unfortunately, the back ran out of room. Too close to the sideline. And for defenders, we're often taught, 11 on the field, those sidelines can become the 12th defender. It worked to the defense's advantage on that play.
And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 19. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage, and here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A little antsy on the left side of the line.
Yeah, I think they got the guy in the end. I think they got the DN there on that one. And let's face it, he is so amped up, wanting to get a good get off on the snap. Jump too quickly.
Following the penalty, they'll go back to the run game. And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. 2nd down and 3. Off of play action. Here's Stafford. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Well, sacking on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. 10-3 our score after 1 here on EA Sports. Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Out of the gun, Stafford. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. So 2 3rd down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a 3rd, and now they deal with 4th down. Now Jason Sanders for the field goal try. From the left hash, a chip shot here. Sanders' kick is good, and that'll bring them back within 4. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal.
Now a hit and a loose football. And it looks like the defense has got it. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. And careless with a football there on the kick return.
And one thing I love about going to practices is trying to get around coaches and hear their catchphrases and what they really emphasize. We haven't been to a single one yet this year where a guy fielding a kick, you don't hear, tuck it away, tuck it away, tuck it away. And this time, they turned it over.
Ball security eluded him. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that'll make it 2nd down. To throw is Stafford. Working the middle here. That's complete to Knox, the tight end. And down inside the 15 he goes. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. The tight end in motion right. They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. Blitz coming, and down he goes. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down. Well, this offense has already been forced to settle for field goals on their drives earlier, so this is not a welcome sign here.
Indeed, it is not, and they certainly hope it's not a sign for the entire game because they know they've got to be able to sustain drives all the way through. Pick up those guys rushing the quarterback and give himself a chance.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21. A third field goal of the first half, not what they're looking for as they come up on third down. From the gun, here's Stafford. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up. Now Jason Sanders for the field goal try. From the left hash, just a 32-yard attempt. The kick by Sanders is good. And that gets him back within a single point. It's now 10-9. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And now out comes Houston. You know, Charles, season winding down, time to maybe look ahead to the offseason. What do you see these guys going after either in the draft or free agency?
Well, with the season that they're having, just about every position is up for grabs right now. No one is really safe, but the focal point's always the quarterback position. And he may be auditioning to try and stay with his own current team. I think he's auditioning for the rest of the league to try and find a spot because I think this team is looking for a new quarterback.
In motion, the tight end, Kelsey. Young to throw it. Complete, the tight end, Kelsey. Look at the big fella go. And finally taken down at the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 35.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. They'll try the right side with Harris. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Brought down at the 20. The Texans hit 5-10 now on the year. And they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Young. And that will be incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
York able to send this one through, and the lead grows to 4. It's 13-9. Or maybe a little bit of an anxious moment there as that ball got closer and closer, but it does curl in.
Yeah, actually did a little bit of a slow dance there with the left upright, didn't it? But had just enough space, as you said, for it to curl in.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Ravens offense and Justin Jefferson set to take over once more. And he's been one of the main focal points of this unit throughout the season, no doubt. Currently ranked 2nd in the NFL in terms of receptions by a wideout. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
Now Stafford. Middle of the field to Jefferson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Now Stafford. Into the hands of Hendershot. The result, only 4 yards there on the play, and it's 2nd down.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately, because if you let that big guy get ahead of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Stafford. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Here's Stafford. That one complete to Naylor. And they'll get this across the midfield stripe, but still winding up short of the 1st down. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. They snap it to Stafford. That's to his running back, complete. And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47.
Will pick up a 2 yards. And the Ravens first down.
Wilson with a 1st down carry. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the Texans' 46-yard line.
Stafford. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
Boy, that one was well read defensively. And this is all about diagnosis as a safety and being decisive, because he saw it setting up in front of him, able to knife through there and make the play.
From the gun on 3rd down, Stafford. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Ravens 1st down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the 1st down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. Wilson going to try the right side. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Jeff Wilson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens have taken the lead. A pretty well-executed run. They were telling us yesterday, Charles, they were hoping to get everybody in sync. The line, the backs, and everybody looked in sync on that play.
They were in sync, and the field tilted. And that's where we get the term running downhill, because when you've got that kind of momentum and everyone's doing it properly as you just described, it does feel like they are coming from downhill to you as a defender, and that is really hard to stop.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Texans offense set to regain possession. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Now a 1st down carry for Harris. And he stopped immediately there. Demario Davis there on the stop. 2nd and 10. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Here's 2nd and 10. Here is Young. too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they throw it. Now with a short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Ravens offense and Matthew Stafford set to take over once again. And he's had things all his way in this first half. The numbers sensational as he'll look to add to them with another drive here. Now it's Stafford. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. Back to throw, Stafford. His throw incomplete. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different no matter what you do in practice. You can't simulate it, right? So your decision making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. 4th down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. The Texans offense and running back Jonathan Taylor heading back onto the field. And as a play caller, when you've got a guy who's running like this, you lean on him and your offensive line. He's had big hole after big hole to run through in this first half. Young. Open man, it's the tight end Kelsey. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now Young. Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And he rifles one incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Out of the gun, it's Young. He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. Not much going on this drive. Looks like they're going to have to punt it away, CD.
And right now, I know a lot of their fans are screaming for the OC to change things up, get away from what he's been calling. Sometimes you just need better execution of the plays that have been called.
And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. The Ravens offense and running back Rico Dowdle headed back onto the field. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that could change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
So just 3 yards on the completion there, and it's 2nd down. The final shot before the break, Stafford. Pass complete. He's got Hendershot. So we've reached halftime here on Christmas Day as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. One of the best of the early games, we'll highlight it there. The Giants in for a stern test at home at MetLife Stadium as they'll take on the visiting Indianapolis Colts. Then in the 4 Eastern window, it'll be a later than usual start in Cleveland, where it'll be the Browns taking on the Miami Dolphins. And one more to highlight. A good one on Monday Night Football between the Detroit Lions and the San Francisco 49ers. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams. This is a very level first half, and I'd expect to see more of the same after the break.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help him out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Throwing is Stafford. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
And that doesn't have to gain big yardage to be an impactful play, because if you can get those pass rushers second-guessing themselves that they might get hit with a screen, maybe you can wind up slowing them down just a step. And if you do that, that's a win for that play.
They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Good contain. No gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down. And
I know that one didn't work out the way they thought, but I don't think it was a bad time to call this play. You're thinking on 3rd down, you might possibly see some pressure. You might see a blitz. So they tried to set up the screen, but that one was well read, and they stopped them for no gain.
And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. A carry by Taylor to start the drive. Able to power through. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 75 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
They hand this off to Harris, and they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description, because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
Well, if you're going to give out a little applause on that play, it has to go to the defense. More good work by them. They've taken away the passing lanes all game long, and you can see the frustration that it's causing, because he just about threw that one into the first row.
From the shotgun, it's Young. Oh, going deep here for Taylor. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Houston. Jonathan Taylor, his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Texans have retaken a 3rd quarter lead. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes, because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
Extra point by York is up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. And Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And that false start penalty is certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Stafford now to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. It'll go as a gain of 4. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Going deep for Diggs. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Caleb Farley gets in there to knock that pass away.
They geared up and took the deep shot downfield, but it turned out it wasn't one-on-one coverage. Extra defenders in the area, and that one winds up incomplete.
Dixon, the punter, is on as he sends it away. That'll be a 48-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And the Texans will take over. The home team's offense and Bryce Young headed back onto the field. And he had it going in the first half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him, and he'll look to keep it rolling right here. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Makes it 2nd and 10 at the 23-yard line.
In motion, the tight end, Kelsey. Up the middle, here's Taylor. Gets by him at the 25. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
And foreseeing completion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation. Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
The Texans send the punter out as he's on to kick it away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Dancing away at the 30. We'll call that a 47-yard punt, a return of just 3. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now, what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. From the 35, back to work on 2nd and 4. They'll run again with Wilson. They juked him. And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. 55 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. From the 46, here's the 2nd and 8. He'll run straight ahead with Wilson. They nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
On 1st, they'll go back to Wilson. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
Now a handoff up the middle. Schrader, 7 yards there and a first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. They'll try the air now with Stafford. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
A give. This is Wilson. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Another nice gain. 13 yards that time and another 1st down.
Wilson. He is going nowhere in a hurry as he is going to lose yardage here in a big way.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Calling a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
They'll try and run with Wilson.
And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Jeff Wilson, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Ravens have taken the lead here in this 3rd quarter.
Well, he'd been the workhorse on this drive, and it would have been unfair to bring someone else in to finish the job. So they go back to him again, and he delivers with a touchdown run.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that gives him a 3-point lead. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And the decision to bring it out, kind of a costly one, as he won't make it back to the 20. The home team's offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And you have to imagine this defense saying, how do we stop this guy? He has run roughshod through him to this point in the 3rd quarter.
Looking to throw, Young. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Cup. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a 1st down.
Running left, Taylor.
And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Throwing, Young.
This will be swung out wide for Taylor.
And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. His 2nd catch, and this one not nearly as electrifying as his 1st. And it'll bring up 3rd down now. Young to throw it.
Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
Yeah, that's a nice job there defensively to blanket those receivers on 3rd down. And as a quarterback, all you can do is just loft one toward the bench, not too close, mind you, and live to punt the football.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over.
They'll start the drive with Wilson.
He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Another run for Wilson on 2nd. And they'll get to him quickly here as he'll get a yard, just a yard to the 22. So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Now Stafford going deep for Diggs. And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Stephon Diggs.
He has career touchdown number 78, tying in with both Eddie George and Frank Gifford on the all-time list. And the Ravens will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the third. Sanders now to add the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it's finished off by the touchdown by Stephon Diggs. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Well, a dangerous return man showing it here. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Houston set to take over. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Back now in Houston. It's Texans football, but they trail here as we get started in the fourth quarter. Now here's Young. Over the middle, complete. That's Taylor. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard. And movement here by one of the Texans up front. In comes the flag. Oh, jumping early from his tight end spot. Maybe trying to get a jump start on that route.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right about that. And oftentimes when you see that, that means the play call was supposed to come in his direction, and he was eager to go catch a pass.
Well, I certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. This is taken at about the 14. It'll be a 47-yard punt with a net of 40 following a 7-yard return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
And now we move our focus to Stephon Diggs. They might want to mix something up defensively because he's been shredding them a bit, hasn't he?
That he has, and even with all the changes that you know are going on the defensive side of the ball, he's still finding ways to get open, finding the right spots, and the delivery's been pretty good too.
He's over 100 yards, has the 1 touchdown score to this point. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run with Wilson out of the shotgun. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
105 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 47. Now a play fake it at Stafford. He's got the hook up with Diggs. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
So another on-target throw, and that last one, Charles, going to put him up over 5,000 yards passing out for the season, and that is not an insignificant number.
Indeed it is not, because this is not a big list, and most of the guys on it, Drew Brees, Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, Dan Marino, they either are or will be Hall of Famers.
Now they'll hand it off to Wilson. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Brendan, every great running backs coach that I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about running them into submission, isn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on second down. Now it's Wilson. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a third time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
Again, Wilson pushing for the end zone, but he's not going to get there. They stop him just shy of the goal line. And no move to take the offense on the field. They're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th and goal. Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. Nab that one on Dwayne Brown, first-round pick back in 08. Sanders' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the 4th.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist. But time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
And not willing to risk another fumble. He'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Young.
To the sideline and incomplete.
He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter and find their way open.
Oh, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
To throw, Young.
That is caught.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. And a 2-score game, obviously. Every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Young working out of the gun.
That's to the veteran. It's Robert Woods.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 down at the 31. They'll throw again. Young. Forced out. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Jonathan Grenard.
He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
But defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
Throwing on 2nd and long.
Young.
And that'll be incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
And that's good for a gain of 6, and that's going to make it 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there, and they've rallied and made the tackle.
Left side, he finds Pierce.
And he's not able to get away. He is stopped well short of a first down. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on fourth. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. So they really needed points here in a two-score game. Could not come away with anything there on fourth.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
161 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 41. Up the middle they go. Schrader. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd down and 1.
They'll run. Here's Wilson. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more.
Another carry for Wilson. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down. I'm sure that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down.
Well, I don't think there's any question, Brandon, at this stage, the stop troops, the defensive guys, they got to use their 3 timeouts here. They've got to stop them and get the ball back.
Yeah, if you're in that 2 to 3 score deficit window that they're in now, you got to get it ASAP.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Stop them, use your timeouts. Easier to move the ball on offense without timeouts than to stop them on defense without using them.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning.
They'll run with Wilson.
And he's going to bull his way down to about the 1-yard line. And his defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal.
He'll try again, and this time he's in for a Raven touchdown.
And that right there is the definition of a statement drive. You're in the 4th quarter, trying to get to the finish line, and here they were able to hold the ball for a long time and move it down the field. And how about them finishing it off with the touchdown run? Winning football 101, check that box.
And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2.
The Ravens will line up for the 2-point conversion.
Stafford's going to try and throw for it. And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the 4th. And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Now comes a Houston offense as they get set to take over here.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnelled. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Short throw hauled in by Kelsey.
Holding offense.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Here's Young from the shotgun. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line.
Brings up 3rd down.
Now on 3rd and forever, he'll look to throw. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a 1st down.
Defense.
Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture is now they've got a 1st and 10. Young will set to throw. He'll drop this down to Taylor. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25.
A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Young.
At the 25-yard line.
That one finds Pierce right side. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Young to throw it. That's into the hands of Pitts, the tight end. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
12 more yards. That's another.
Again, it's Young. Steps away to his left. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down. Young's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to throw again. This is caught by Tucker. Touchdown, Houston. Trey Tucker, 52 yards. And the Texans have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. For quarterbacks, there are a number of ways to measure a good statistical season. This is one of them. That last touchdown pass, his 30th on the year. The York on now for the extra point. And the lead will be cut down to 14. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And the result, a Houston touchdown. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And who's got it? I think the Ravens do, yes. And they're going to win this football game. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. The visitors' offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes. And he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the Ravens, they moved to 9-7 on the year with 1 game remaining. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for the Texans, their struggles continue. It's an 11th loss to go with just 5 wins. And they will look to turn it around next time out. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.